I have already tested the Nikon Z7II's eye detection autofocus system with people, and so I wanted to see how the animal eye detection autofocus system worked. I decided to test it out with my two wonderful dogs, Evo and Flora. Flora is the medium-sized black dog, and Evo is the small white dog. I was interested to see if the autofocus performed equally well for the two different dogs. I also wanted to see how well it worked when my dogs were running around. Was the Nikon Z7II able to keep their eye in focus when they were on the move? Let's find out. One of the first things that I noticed when testing out the Nikon Z7II's eye detection autofocus with my dogs is that it had a much easier time finding and focusing on Evo's face and eye. Even when he moves his head around, the Z7II was able to find his eyes and switch to the other eye if needed. However, it had more trouble finding Flora's eye. I'm guessing that's because there is more contrast on Evo's face than on Flora's face, and that is why the eye detection worked better. If the Z7II was having problems, I could always touch the monitor on the back of the camera, and the camera would find focus and lock on the eye. Or I could use the thumb pad on the back of the camera to select the focus point I wanted. If my dog moved, the camera would continue to track that part of my dog. If the camera couldn't tell where the eye was, then there would be a number of red boxes indicating where it was trying to focus. Once it acquired the focus and thought it had a face or an eye, the box would go yellow. I also noticed that the size of the yellow box that showed where the camera was focusing changed. Sometimes it was the size of the whole head of my dog, and other times it got smaller and smaller as it narrowed in on the eye. How does the animal eye detection autofocus cope with fast-moving subjects? In my tests with people, I had some mixed results. Many of the frames were sharp, but some were not. With pets, the system had more trouble than it did with people. It had trouble finding the eye and keeping it in focus when my subject was moving quickly. Some of the images weren't even close to being in focus. I would not recommend the animal eye detection autofocus for fast-moving pets. One interesting thing to note is that when I was testing the human eye detection autofocus, it was able to see the eyes of my pets. So overall, the animal eye detection autofocus system of the Nikon Z7II is a good system when your pets are not on the move. It works well for portraits, and if the system has trouble, you can always give it some help with a touch of a finger.